Hey YouTube fam, my name is Rose and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be sewing a few little different items for loungewear. So we're going to be working on my Claudette bralette. So maybe you saw in a previous video, I was sewing this as one of my 2024 makes, but we're finalizing the sewing pattern today. So this is what I'm going to use for the top. And then I'm also using another one of my sewing patterns, the swing short, as the base. What I love about this is it actually kind of reminds me of the Blogilates set that went viral, the one that Taylor Swift wore. It was like the lavender. So it does look like a skirt, but it is actually a short, and it's so cute and it works perfectly for loungewear. And with the remnants of this, we're going to be working on a few additional projects. One of them is going to be featured in this video, so it can tie back a little bit better. And the other you're going to be seeing in a future video. So if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me and I love seeing all of your comments. And let's get right into our video. So the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to cut my swing short sewing pattern so that this is all set and I have an understanding of how many underwear that I can make. And I also possibly want to use some of the material for a top that will go and match back to my swing shorts, like a full knitted top. So first up is to cutting all of my swing short out. And then we move into batch cutting the panties. I cut out my swing short and let's see what we can do with just the scraps that I was just discarding from like the rises and just like the curved pieces. It's not much, but I think we can get one hanky-panky dupe out of this. Let's see. Also, as someone who is sewing quite a bit now, I really do want to make the most of my scraps because, you know, we are doing like small, curated, conscious clothing, but we also need to be conscious of the scraps and the fabric and the way we dispose of things. So let's try to use as much as possible so nothing is going to waste here. But sometimes it's a little hard to tell the right and the wrong side of the knit, but if you can see here, there are on the left side a little V, and that is the right side of the knit. That is your knit, and then there's the little squiggle. It's like a little squiggle. I can't describe it anymore, but this is the purl side or the wrong side of the knit. I lay everything together on top of one another. This comes on top and I'm just gonna go. You can go in and also add like little clips or something like that, but I feel like that's so time consuming and you can just pause and adjust as you go along here. After this is done, I'm gonna go in and put this through the serger so that it has a nice clean finish edge. Then next, with the right sides together, the side seams are coming next. And just so from here to here, I'm just gonna take it off to the serger to make this nice and quick. Last step is to sew the inseam together. And what I like to do is fold one seam allowance one way and then the other the opposite way so that the bulk is reduced. And you can just match up the seams like this and sew from one end to the other. So we're moving on to our waistband. Same thing here. Right sides are going to come together. And this is the center back seam, which is going to be sewn together like this. Now it's going to kind of like press open. We're going to fold everything in half. It's going to all fold in half and then attach it to the waistband. Now going in and adding the top ruffle. So this is about 5/8 of an inch away from the top edge of your waistband. Next up, we're just inserting the elastic inside of that channel, making it the correct length and sewing the edges together. I like this little technique. It makes it a little bit less bulky and you should try it out. It's so nice. The last step here for the waistband is I like to go in and just stretch everything out so it lays neatly, and I add one additional stitch in the center of the elastic. This helps to prevent it from twisting when you wash it, and it also just looks nice and finished. We also close that little hole that we use for the elastic, and I like to add one little bow at the center of the waistband on the front just for a final little detail, and do our hems and we are all set. So this is where we're at currently. She is hemmed. We have this additional stitch in the center of the elastic just so that it doesn't turn when you're wearing. And our little ruffle is added on the top. I like to go in and add a little fabric bow. So with the some scraps I have, I'm going to add that. And then we're gonna move into our Claudette bralette for like our little finished set look. So I already sewed together 2 layers of the Claudette bralette on the front and then also on the back. So what we're next going to do is going to add a channel here and also on the top. So it's going to kind of peak here, come all the way around, all the way off to the sides. This is going to be a little function for a ruffle on the top and bottom, and then also where our elastic is going to be tunneled in. So let's go ahead and add this. Oh, and just for reference, this is what I'm talking about. So this little ruffle like so, and then also on the bottom. So there's a lot of fullness and the elastic kind of holds everything together. So I created the tunnel starting 5/8 from the edge and then the 3/8 tunnel width to thread the elastic through. After the elastic is in, I just give it a nice little tug so that everything kind of just lays flat and the gathers lay evenly throughout the whole band. So next up, we're securing our elastic here. Right now, I just have it pinned. What we're gonna end up doing is with the wrong sides together, we're gonna sew the side seam. We're adding a French seam here. So we're gonna sew, clip down, flip it so the right sides are together, and then sew that so that it's nice and clean and beautiful. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. The shorts are done. I just have to tack the little bow in the center, and then also the Claudette bralette is complete except for the same thing, tacking these little things down, tying off the ends here. Overall, it looks really good. There's just still something that I would like to fix, like kind of over here. Right now, I kind of threaded the elastic all the way through, but I think it should be in panels, so it should come all the way up into the seam opening here, tack, and then also come back down, tack. So it's going to be in 3 different portions. So that will be next. So there is a little variation in color here, and I do have some extra material left over. So I'm going to hack the Roving Romper and create a little tank to come with this. I think this is really cute, but I do have some extra material for this. So let's make one additional piece. This top came together so quickly, and the first step, what I loved about this is I learned that you can add the clear elastic and flip the straps at the same time, so that's exactly what I do here. The next step is to sew the facing to the front of the bodice and the back facing to the back of the bodice. So the right sides together, this comes together. I add the clear elastic to the armhole and the neckline so that everything is nice and strong and reinforced. And then the last step is just to sew the front to the front and the lining to the lining, which comes together so quick. We add our straps and hem and we're complete. And this is the final make for the Claudette. I just have one additional little tweak that I like to do before I finalize this pattern, but I love that little added detail of the rosette at the center, and the shorts came out just as I pictured. I love how much movement it has and it feels so comfortable to wear. The matching set is so sweet. I love this hack from the Roving Romper. I think it looks so cute and I would love to make a ton more. It actually came out perfect. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I also love to hear about what you guys are making, so please leave a comment below on what you're currently sewing so I can get inspired by you guys.